I'm Accurize. I want to welcome you to my DayZ channel, and I'm glad you decided to watch my series Survive and Thrive for DayZ. The goal of my work for you is entertainment and information. If you like my work, all I ask is a like and subscribe. If you don't, please let me know why and how I can improve. For those of you new to the game, you're probably asking, what is DayZ? DayZ is a simulator for a post-apocalyptic zombie event. It's the closest thing you'll get to being in a zombie movie. So, enough talk, let's get into it. Basically, everything that you see in DayZ can be a threat. There's nothing friendly out here. Other people, you have to, unless you know them in real life, you're never going to be able to fully trust them. So, that's where we're starting here, and the whole goal of this game is just to survive. There's no real end game. Survive as long as you can, acquire as much as you can to help you make your life easier from day to day. And occasionally you'll be put up against in a situation where you're going to be desperate and you're going to have to do things that aren't really tactically sound, but the goal is to try to make sure that you do weigh the risk versus the reward in almost everything that you do. The way that you travel, who you partner up with, the weapons you use, the way you approach zombies. That's the way I play DayZ, and everybody will have a different, unique experience. That's the beauty of this game, is that nobody will play DayZ the same way as anyone else. So, let's go ahead and get started. I spawned here. As you can see, it did give me a town name. I am pretty close to Cherno, I do believe, just judging from the landmarks. Actually, that looks a little more like Electro now that I'm looking at it. So, pretty big sized cities. I like to avoid the cities if at all possible. This is a private hive server, and I highly recommend playing on a private hive. Basically what that means is that it's not a part of the official DayZ server group. Those servers, the public servers, tend to have a lot of problems with hackers and people just making life miserable for the players that genuinely just want to get into the game. You work really hard, you don't want to have some hacker spawn you or into Thunderdome, which if you play any public servers will happen to you, or spawn you're running along in the forest, suddenly you're in the middle of the ocean, and there's not much you can do about that on a public server. On a private server, they tend to back up their servers very often, and they tend to have administrators on. So if there is a problem and someone does slip through the cracks and actually does cause a problem and causes everyone to lose everything, they'll just roll back the server 15 minutes or whatever, and you're as good as new again. So I do highly recommend working on or playing on public servers. So let's do a little exploring here. Okay, there's our first zombie. First thing we need to know about zombies is that they are attracted to sight and sound. If they can see you, if they have a clear line of sight at you, and you're within their range, given the time of day or night, the visibility conditions, they'll come after you. They will hit you repeatedly and try to hurt you. One of the things that you can use to help with your situational awareness is peripheral dots. Basically, you can see to the right of the screen, there's, oh, he saw me. So I'm just going to break his line of sight. Here, run through some bushes pretty close to him, and he should be gone. He should be, well, he's not gone. He's actually still there, but he's given up the chase. And which is good because I don't have any weapons to defend myself with. So let's take a look around. There he comes again. Normally they'll let out a little war cry whenever they're deciding to chase you. Let's pull him out this way. He'll follow me. It looks like he gave up again. Not a very ambitious zombie, obviously. So right now I'm just going to go look for some loot, basically is what it's called. anything you can use to pick up, scavenge, and the places you find loot are inside buildings or underneath roofs. Any type of a structure that has a roof, such as an archway, or there's some buildings in the fields that you'll see later that are lean-tos. Well, I call them that. They're basically a little building with an overhang. And we'll see here. Oh, that's auto glass. Not much help here. We don't need that. Heat pack, which is good if it's nighttime. And I typically pick up anything I find from the get-go, because I don't know what kind of weapon I will scavenge here soon. Hopefully sooner rather than later. More auto glass, more tires. They're pretty determined that I'm supposed to build a car. So, we'll see. One thing you have to be careful about is in the hills there will be players that somehow enjoy just picking off people that are defenseless, noobs, also called Bambis, which is what I am right now, because I'm defenseless and I'm noob. Not in the game overall, but to this character. Some of the things I'm taking note of as I'm running around here is the road was back there, had an intersection. Now I have railroad tracks and I have another road. Now you can go to an outside of the game map, such as DayZ.com, and you can look at those maps and determine based upon some of these landmarks where you are. Another thing I like to look at is the sky, and if you see the clouds, you can watch them. These ones appear to be still, of course, but typically they will move. They always move to the east. If they're moving, they are moving directly east. So you can determine your direction by looking at the clouds. Right now, I do know that I am on the southern coast. And the other thing to note is you see some zombies hopping around here. And wherever there's loot, that's where zombies are going to spawn. And they'll spawn once you're within about 200 meters. So if you're a long ways off from a building and there's zombies everywhere, that's a good indication that somebody is either there or was just there. So use caution when you see zombies at a great distance. These are all appear to be mine. So far I'm pretty confident there isn't anybody real close by, but you can always be wrong about that. Someone could run up right now and I would not know it. My primary objectives right now are not engine parts. I am looking for survival tools and for weapons and anything to eat or drink, because the environment is just as big a threat as other players and zombies in this game. You will slowly get hungry, you will slowly get thirsty, and you need to be able to look like tin cans and empty whiskey bottle, and you need to be able to take a drink when you need to and have a meal when you need to, and you also need to stay warm. During the daytime that's not much of a problem, but at nighttime it gets cold, starts raining also, which make things a little difficult when it comes to staying warm. But you always have the option of campfires too. Sounds like I just aggro. There he is. So I'll do my little trick here, run through some nearby bushes. That should get rid of him. He stopped chasing me. He's still in the area. He's actually right there. He doesn't sound too happy. But none of them are. One of the things about zombies is they pretty much, well, wherever they're facing, whatever direction they're facing, it's where they'll see at. See, right now I'm a little bit to his left, so he's not seeing me, even though when he was facing me, he saw me from a greater distance than this. So one of the ways you can tell how visible you are is these icons, the ear and the eye icon. And the more of those, more little arches you have to the left of those, the more visible you are. Right now, I'm not very visible at all. I have no indicators. If I stand up, I should gain one here. There we go. I got 2 on the eye, 1 on the ear, or 0 on the ear now. But if I move, I have 1. Nothing in here that I'm seeing. So let's continue on. Now I should be able to pass right behind this guy, even though I'm very visible. I'm not very loud, and he's not looking at me, so we're safe with him. But as you can see, zombies are everywhere. Oh, 2 just spawned there, and yeah, he aggroed. So we'll run, and I'm bleeding. That was quick. Trying to break his line of sight best I can. I think that might have worked. Now I need to bandage myself up because I'm bleeding. These are bandages right here. At least I hope so. Yep, there he is again. Should have known he was going to be right there. Normally, if you can find a small building and run around it a couple times, you can get them to chase you. Which I'm doing there. I'm just going to grab everybody and have them chase me out towards some bushes and get rid of them once and for all. Should be about 3 chasing me now. That one's determined. Well, there's a pond. If we had a canteen, we'd be able to fill it up and drink from it. But you can't just walk up to a pond and drink from it, unfortunately. I think I'm just going to grab all these guys and have a nice trail. A lot of people seem to get freaked out when they have zombies chasing them, and I don't really understand it. I've always found them pretty easy to lose. Man, I am just not finding much loot spawning here. I just have to go to a bigger city. Give up on this place. Head more towards town. Like I said, I'm not too worried about these Zeds. We'll get rid of them pretty quick. That should do it right there. Alright, let's head into town. One of the things is the faster you run, the more you move around, the faster you'll diminish your food supply and your thirst will increase. So your hunger and your thirst will increase. These signs, you can match up the Russian symbols with like the DB Maps has the English version and then the Russian version. So you could go out there and match the symbols, and if Russian isn't your bag, then you can go ahead and find out where you are by doing that. Just play the matching game with it. So I think right now I'm just going to head to Electro. And if I had a gun or a crossbow, I'd be able to kill that and gut it, because I did start off with a, this server starts you off with matches and a knife. Looks like this. Pain meds, I think a steak maybe, and a smoke grenade. I don't remember. There's a lot of stuff that they're starting out with that isn't typical on a normal public server. Well, that building might be worth checking out. That barn will be worth it too. So I'm just going to go in at a full run, because I know this building has several entrances / exits. And another thing about zombies is when you run from them, if you run into a building, once they enter the building, they go to from a run to a walk. So I guess the game goes from 28 days later to The Walking Dead magically. So sometimes you can find an axe or something worthwhile here. Yeah, we'll take it. Don't have a Makarov, but now if I find a G17 or a Makarov, we at least have some ammo for it. Extra ammo. Normally they come with, normally they spawn with ammo. Head on back to this barn. That noise you heard there wasn't anything to be worried about. It's just ambient noise. Looks like I got 3 chasing me now. Shouldn't be a problem. Should be able to just run around this barn moving. We'll see if they're going to come inside here. Sounds like they gave up. Not spawning a whole lot here. Jerry can. Not what we're looking for tonight. Ah, there we go. Pepsi, that's always good. Or Coke. Another Makarov mag. Hey, you hear that bell in the background? It's nothing to be worried about. It goes off on the hour. So right now, it's like 8 o'clock. Not sure what time this server is. It's a European server. So I only heard 2 chimes, so that should be 2 o'clock. In the Netherlands or wherever this server's at. So I am getting close to being ready to move out of the area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move up here into the tree line. A couple reasons. One, I'm less conspicuous. Two, I won't have to dodge zombies every 100 yards. And three, I have a shotgun, which isn't exactly a M24 sniper rifle. So I don't really have any type of a distance advantage here. So if I do get into a confrontation with another player, at least I'll have cover, some concealment, and my range should be better. Looks like we're getting close to Electro. And another little thing you can do when you're on a server for a while and you joined up, say there's 17 people on the server and not sure how many people are on here now, so you just hit P, default P, and it'll bring up a list of who's here. It looks like everyone's in the game except for Hollywood, which means he's out in the lobby. So he's either logging in or just hanging out there for whatever reason. Okay, I counted 3 that time. So what I'm doing here is I am just kind of watching, looking around everywhere, looking for other players. That's my biggest threat up here. Zombies aren't going to be up here unless a player let them up here to get rid of them. They haven't despawned. Now see, that's probably for me. I am within 200 meters, so I should probably get up a little higher in these hills. Anybody with a real watchful eye will probably be able to tell it. There isn't anybody down there. There's nobody out in the open plain areas. So the next obvious location would be up here, these hills. So a couple things about Electro. Definitely want to hit a hospital. There's some good loot spots here. Now I don't spend a whole lot of time in Electro, so I'm not 100% familiar with it. But there are groceries. I believe the grocery's back in this area somewhere, on the opposite side of the town. And I do believe that there is like another grouping of buildings over here. I think it's a fire station. Maybe I'm thinking the Cherno, I'm not 100% sure. I see a peripheral dot right up in the almost the center of my screen. Alright, that's going to be a good spot to go ahead and conclude the first episode. We're about ready to head down into Cherno despite my best efforts to rename it Electro. Things are going to be starting to pick up here. I'm going to give you a little taste of what's in the next episode. And if you enjoyed this, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe. Thanks a lot, everybody. Till next time. This might be good. Maybe. Hopefully. Everybody wants to come. Looks like all 4 tires are up. Let's see how much damage there is in the engine. We are getting out of the area.